12 signs that you should cut all contact with someone. Marcus Aurelius Stoicism. Do you ever consider the true impact of your relationships on your well-being? Often, we don't realize that the people around us can greatly influence our happiness. Today, we dive into Stoicism, a philosophy that highlights not only resilience but also the importance of surrounding ourselves with positive influences. Stoicism teaches us to recognize what truly benefits our inner peace and growth. In this video, we'll discuss 12 signs that it might be time to reconsider some relationships. This isn't just about avoiding negativity. It's about choosing a path aligned with wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Join me to explore these insights and learn how to protect your peace of mind. Number 1. Manipulation. One of the clearest signs that you should consider severing a relationship is manipulation. Stoicism places a high value on authenticity and clarity, virtues that allow us to live in harmony with our true selves and the world around us. Manipulation stands in direct opposition to these principles, distorting reality to benefit the manipulator at the expense of the manipulated. This distortion clouds your judgment and steers you away from the Stoic ideal of living a reasoned and virtuous life. In relationships, manipulation can manifest through various subtle psychological tactics that are often difficult to detect. It might range from overt deceit to more insidious forms, such as guilt-tripping or gaslighting, where your memories or perceptions are questioned and twisted. According to Epictetus, whoever is free from these things is strong and free in the things that matter most to man. For Stoics, this poses a significant challenge. Stoicism teaches the importance of perceiving things as they truly are, free from external distortions. When someone manipulates you, they impose their will upon you, disrupting your ability to make reasoned judgments based on accurate perceptions. This interference not only undermines your autonomy, but also contradicts the Stoic pursuit of living in accordance with nature and reason. Addressing manipulation requires a steadfast commitment to Stoic principles, seeking the truth, living with integrity, and maintaining your autonomy. This might involve setting firm boundaries with the manipulator or becoming more vigilant about the signs of manipulative behavior. It's crucial to reaffirm your values and commit to actions that align with those values rather than reacting impulsively to manipulative tactics. Marcus Aurelius advises, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Confronting manipulation also necessitates the Stoic practice of reflection, where you examine the nature of the relationship and your responses to it. Reflective practice can help you determine whether the relationship can be salvaged through honest communication and a mutual commitment to change, or if it would be wiser to distance yourself. This reflective process is essential for maintaining your integrity and peace of mind, core tenets of Stoic philosophy. Making the difficult decision to end a manipulative relationship is not merely about escaping negative influences. It's about realigning yourself with the Stoic goal of living a truthful and authentic life. By freeing yourself from manipulation, you allow for clearer thinking and better decision-making, leading to a profound sense of peace and stability. Seneca reminds us, "The greatest wealth is a poverty of desires," highlighting that true contentment comes from within and not from external validation or control. In modern life, where relationships are often complex and intertwined with various influences, understanding and recognizing manipulation becomes crucial. By applying Stoic principles, you not only protect yourself from harmful influences, but also foster an environment where truth and integrity can thrive. This commitment to authenticity and clarity ultimately enhances your mental and emotional resilience, empowering you to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Remember, the journey towards a virtuous life is ongoing, and every step taken to align with Stoic ideals brings you closer to true freedom and contentment. Number 2. Misaligned values. 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 Mis Our core beliefs and values are the compass that guides us through the complexities of life, shaping our decisions and actions. When these fundamental principles clash with those of someone close to us, it creates significant internal conflicts. According to Stoicism, harmony and personal integrity are paramount, making such misalignments a serious concern, not just an inconvenience. The Stoics taught that peace of mind comes from living a life of virtue in accordance with our principles. When someone in our close circle lives by a set of values that conflict with ours, it challenges our ability to maintain this peace. Consider a scenario where honesty is your core value, but a close friend or partner often bends the truth. This fundamental discrepancy creates a persistent source of tension and discomfort, gradually eroding trust and mutual respect, which are essential for any healthy relationship. Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our associations to ensure they are conducive to our moral and personal growth. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of surrounding oneself with people who embody the virtues we aspire to. When our core values do not align with those of our associates, it hinders our ability to progress as Stoics, forcing us to compromise on these values or live in a state of constant ethical conflict. For instance, imagine working in a team where your core value is fairness, but the team leader often shows favoritism. This situation not only affects your peace of mind, but also puts you in a position where your ethical standards are compromised daily. Addressing misaligned values requires a thoughtful examination of the relationship. It involves open and honest discussions where both parties can express their values and explore whether a mutual understanding or compromise is possible. However, if the gap is too wide, reconsidering the relationship's role in your life might be necessary. This isn't about judging the other person as wrong, but recognizing that not every relationship supports your higher purpose of personal and ethical development. Reflect on this. If you value integrity but your friend often engages in dishonest behavior, how does this impact your sense of integrity and peace? To make this more relatable, let's consider a modern life story. Emily, a dedicated environmentalist, values sustainability deeply. She begins dating someone who, while charming and fun, shows little regard for environmental concerns, often wasting resources and showing indifference to recycling. Initially, Emily tries to overlook these differences, but over time, the constant clash of values creates a growing sense of discomfort and internal conflict. She realizes that to maintain her peace of mind and live according to her values, she must address these misalignments. After several discussions, it becomes clear that their values are too divergent. Emily decides to end the relationship, not out of judgment, but out of a need to preserve her integrity and continue her journey towards living a virtuous life. Recognizing and addressing misaligned values is crucial for maintaining internal harmony and ensuring that our relationships support our journey toward living a virtuous and fulfilling life. This alignment is central to the Stoic goal of tranquility and, ultimately, happiness. So, ask yourself, are the people close to you helping you become the best version of yourself, or are they pulling you away from your core values? Your peace and progress depend on these reflections and the actions you take as a result. Number 3. Persistent selfish behavior. When you notice someone consistently displaying selfish behavior, it's a clear sign that you may need to rethink your relationship with them. According to Stoicism, relationships are vital spaces for practicing virtues like generosity, fairness, and reciprocity. Essentially, relationships should be mutual, a balance of give and take. Persistent selfishness, however, goes against the very core of Stoic values, which stress the importance of mutual benefit and support. This selfishness not only jeopardizes the integrity of the relationship, but also hinders personal and moral growth, which are crucial to Stoic philosophy. When one person continuously puts their own needs and desires above the others, it disrupts the necessary balance for a healthy relationship. Stoicism teaches us that true virtue lies in balance and self-control. In the context of relationships, This means valuing the well-being of the other person as much as your own. If selfishness becomes a recurring theme, it can breed resentment and dissatisfaction, slowly eroding trust and affection. To tackle persistent selfish behavior, Stoicism suggests honest reflection and open communication. It's important to voice your concerns calmly and clearly, focusing on how the behavior affects the relationship rather than placing blame. This approach aims to initiate a dialogue that restores balance and fosters a more generous spirit. However, Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-respect and individual autonomy. If attempts to bring about change are unsuccessful, it's wise to recognize when the situation is beyond your control and to consider distancing yourself from relationships that are fundamentally unvirtuous. Every interaction, according to Stoic principles, is an opportunity to practice virtue. A relationship marred by ongoing selfishness is not just a personal issue, but a philosophical one. It's an obstacle to living a good life, which Stoicism defines by mutual respect, support, and the continuous growth of everyone involved. Dealing with such challenges is not only about personal happiness, but about living a morally and ethically enriched life that benefits both yourself and those around you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Reflecting on this, ask yourself, how can you cultivate and maintain relationships that align with your values? Have you tried addressing selfish behavior openly and directly? If those efforts have failed, is it time to recognize the limits of your influence and consider cutting ties for your own well-being and moral integrity? These are not easy questions, but they are essential for living a life that is both virtuous and fulfilling. If you've watched up to this point, you're already taking a vital step towards protecting your peace and well-being. Comment below with "cut ties" to affirm your commitment to embracing these powerful Stoic principles. Don't go anywhere. There's still valuable wisdom we want to share with you in this video. Stay until the end to uncover the insights that will empower you to make the right decisions for your life. Number 4. Consistent lack of respect. Respect is a foundational element of any healthy and meaningful relationship. Without it, any bond, whether personal or professional, cannot truly thrive. In Stoicism, respect for others aligns with the virtues of justice and wisdom, recognizing the inherent worth of every individual and treating them accordingly. When respect is consistently lacking, it undermines not only the relationship, but also your own sense of self-worth and dignity. A persistent lack of respect can manifest in various forms, such as dismissive behavior, constant criticism, or ignoring your boundaries and feelings. These actions can erode your confidence and lead to a toxic environment where you feel undervalued and disrespected. According to Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. While you cannot control how others behave, you can control your response to their lack of respect. Addressing this issue requires honest communication and a firm stance on your boundaries. Expressing how the lack of respect affects you and outlining what you need in terms of respect and consideration is crucial. However, if the other party dismisses your concerns or fails to make genuine efforts to change, it may be time to reassess the value of maintaining such a relationship. Respect in relationships is a two-way street, essential for mutual growth and understanding. Marcus Aurelius emphasized, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This quote reminds us that maintaining our own standards of respect and integrity, regardless of others' behavior, is paramount. Imagine you have a colleague who constantly belittles your ideas in meetings. Despite your efforts to address this issue diplomatically, their behavior remains unchanged. This ongoing lack of respect not only affects your professional performance, but also your emotional well-being. In such cases, Stoicism teaches us to weigh the costs of enduring disrespect against the benefits of maintaining the relationship. If the scales tip towards harm, it might be wise to distance yourself or seek a different environment where respect is a given, not a struggle. Living in accordance with Stoic principles means valuing yourself and others enough to demand respect in all interactions. By choosing to cut contact with those who consistently show disrespect, you reaffirm your commitment to a life of virtue and integrity. This decision, though difficult, aligns with the Stoic goal of achieving inner peace and wisdom. Respect is not just about how others treat us, but also about how we treat ourselves. Allowing disrespect to persist is a form of self-neglect that Stoicism urges us to overcome. By taking a stand against disrespect, you not only protect your own dignity, but also set a standard for how others should treat you, fostering healthier and more respectful relationships in all areas of life. Number 5. Absence of growth or mutual support. In Stoicism, personal and moral growth are not just encouraged, they are essential to living a fulfilling life. Stoics believe that life is a continuous journey of improvement and learning, emphasizing the importance of supporting each other on our paths toward virtue and wisdom. When a relationship lacks growth or mutual support, it directly contradicts these Stoic principles, potentially hindering your personal development. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus often discuss the concept of synergia, or mutual cooperation, emphasizing the role of relationships in our moral education and self-improvement. A healthy relationship should be a mutual exchange, where both parties challenge and support each other in becoming better human beings. This support isn't just about offering encouragement during difficult times. It's about actively contributing to each other's growth through honest feedback, shared experiences, and constant encouragement to adhere to one's principles. Consider a story of a young professional named Alex, who had a close friend, Jordan. Initially, their relationship was based on shared ambitions and a drive to succeed. However, over time, Alex noticed that Jordan became increasingly negative and unsupportive of Alex's goals. Despite several attempts to reignite their mutual support, Alex felt weighed down by Jordan's pessimism. This relationship started to feel like an anchor, holding Alex back while the world moved forward. The lack of growth and mutual support began to manifest as dissatisfaction and a sense of unfulfilled potential. In Stoic practice, such a scenario demands introspection and action. Alex needed to evaluate the causes of this stagnation and address them directly. Initiating open and honest conversations about needs and expectations is a vital step. For Alex, this meant discussing the changes in their friendship with Jordan and expressing the need for a more supportive and growth-oriented relationship. However, despite these efforts, it became clear that Jordan was not willing to change. Recognizing this, Alex had to make the difficult decision to distance himself from Jordan, understanding that sometimes the most courageous and reasonable action is to end relationships that no longer serve one's higher purpose. For Stoics, every relationship is an opportunity to practice virtues and help each other advance towards wisdom and happiness. A relationship that fails to contribute to this goal isn't just a neutral factor in your life. It's a hindrance that needs reassessment. How do you handle relationships that no longer support your growth? What steps can you take to ensure your relationships align with your values and contribute to your development? Recognizing and addressing the lack of growth and support in your relationships is not only about seeking personal satisfaction, but about aligning your relationships with your fundamental values and striving towards the Stoic ideal of a flourishing life. By ensuring that your relationships support your growth and moral development, you are living true to the principles of Stoicism and moving closer to a life of virtue and wisdom. Number 6. Lack of trust. Trust isn't just a piece of a relationship. It's the bedrock upon which all meaningful connections stand. In the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the teachings of Stoicism, trust aligns with the virtue of justice. This virtue highlights the importance of fairness, honesty, and reliability, qualities that are the lifeblood of any profound relationship. Without trust, relationships become shaky and riddled with doubts and insecurities, making genuine intimacy nearly impossible. Stoicism teaches us to be dependable and truthful, not just because these are virtuous traits, but because they create an environment where trust can thrive. When trust is missing, it's a sign that these Stoic values aren't being upheld. This absence can trigger a domino effect of negative emotions and behaviors. Suspicion replaces openness, fear overshadows hope, and instead of moving forward together, individuals might constantly guard against potential betrayal. Addressing a lack of trust means returning to Stoic principles. It requires a candid self-assessment and honest dialogue. Ask yourself, are my actions contributing to this lack of trust? Am I being as transparent and reliable as I can be? Stoicism urges us to confront these questions directly. By embracing integrity and straightforwardness, we lay the groundwork for rebuilding trust. If the trust issues arise from the other party, a Stoic approach involves empathy and understanding, combined with the firmness to establish necessary boundaries. This might entail having tough conversations to uncover the root of the trust issues, or making decisive choices if these issues prove insurmountable. In some situations, preserving your own peace of mind and adherence to Stoic virtues may mean distancing yourself from relationships where trust cannot be restored. Remember, trust is crucial, not only for the health and sustainability of relationships, but also for the practice of Stoicism, which values the tranquility that comes from knowing you are in a reliable and secure connection. When trust is absent, it's a clear signal to reevaluate and possibly recalibrate the dynamics of the relationship according to Stoic ideals. This process is not just about fostering better relationships with others, but about being true to oneself and one's philosophical commitments. This underscores the importance of embodying the virtues we wish to see in others. So if trust is lacking in your relationship, reflect on whether you're living up to the Stoic ideals of honesty and reliability. Are your actions fostering trust, or are they contributing to its erosion? Moreover, think about how you can open up a dialogue about trust with those around you. What steps can you take to rebuild it? How can you encourage transparency and reliability in your relationships? These open-ended questions not only help you reflect on your own behavior, but also engage your audience to think critically about their relationships. In conclusion, the lack of trust is a serious issue that requires immediate attention. By aligning with Stoic principles and embodying the virtues of honesty, fairness, and reliability, you can work towards rebuilding trust or make the difficult decision to distance yourself from relationships where trust is irreparably broken. This approach not only strengthens your relationships, but also aligns with your commitment to living a virtuous and tranquil life, as taught by the Stoics. If you've reached this point and are still engaged, kindly take a moment to pause and comment below with, "I value my peace." This simple act will indicate that you understand the importance of maintaining healthy boundaries for a more serene and fulfilling life. Now let's continue on this journey together, embracing the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism to lead more balanced, empowered lives. Number 7. Negative effects on mental health. In the realm of mental health, the influence exerted by those around us is profound and pervasive, shaping our inner tranquility and overall well-being. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of inner peace and resilience, emphasizes the necessity of maintaining our tranquility, a state of being calm and undisturbed. This philosophy doesn't advocate for the suppression of emotions, but rather the understanding and effective management of them, particularly when they are influenced by others. If you often find yourself feeling anxious, depressed, or stressed because of someone's presence in your life, it's a clear indication that the relationship might be causing more harm than good. Stoicism teaches us not only to endure hardships, but also to actively cultivate environments conducive to our well-being. Relationships that drain your emotional energy or consistently leave you feeling diminished can severely hinder your ability to live a serene and purposeful life. As Epictetus wisely stated, We cannot control the impressions others form of us, and the effort to do so only debases our character. Our well-being hinges largely on our inner state, rather than external circumstances. Yet the Stoics also recognize our duty to safeguard our inner peace from disruptive influences. Seneca, one of the most celebrated Stoic thinkers, frequently underscored the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who uplift and inspire us. He advocated for distancing ourselves from those who perpetuate negativity in our lives. Reflecting on the impact of a relationship on your mental health isn't merely about acknowledging negative emotions. It's about taking proactive steps to ensure you're not held captive by them. This may involve setting firm boundaries or even distancing yourself from individuals who consistently disrupt your peace of mind. Taking such measures isn't about evading discomfort. It's about consciously choosing a path that aligns with Stoic virtues, pursuing a life characterized by rationality, emotional resilience, and most importantly, peace. When a relationship persistently undermines your mental health, it serves as a signal to reassess and potentially recalibrate your social connections. This isn't a failure to endure, but rather a strategic decision to foster a healthier, more harmonious life, which lies at the heart of Stoic practice. As Marcus Aurelius once reflected, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Ensuring those thoughts remain unclouded by toxic relationships is paramount to achieving the inner peace and resilience that Stoicism espouses. Modern life, with its constant connectivity and social pressures, can make it difficult to recognize when someone's influence is negatively impacting your mental health. However, the principles of Stoicism remain timeless and relevant. By evaluating the effects of your relationships through a Stoic lens, you can make more deliberate choices about the company you keep. If a relationship leaves you feeling consistently drained or stressed, it's essential to take action. Whether that means having a candid conversation, setting boundaries, or in some cases cutting ties altogether. Remember, protecting your mental health isn't selfish. It's a vital component of living a balanced and fulfilling life. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook the impact others have on our mental well-being. Yet by applying the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, we can navigate our social landscapes more mindfully. Choosing to distance ourselves from negative influences is not an act of avoidance, but a step towards a more serene and purposeful existence. After all, as the Stoics teach us, true tranquility comes from within and is sustained by the quality of our thoughts and the company we keep. Number 8. Feeling constantly drained. Feeling constantly drained in a relationship is a clear signal that it's time to reevaluate that connection. In any healthy relationship, the exchange of energy should be revitalizing, not depleting. When interactions with someone leave you consistently exhausted, it indicates that the dynamics of the relationship may be misaligned with the principles of Stoicism, which values self-preservation through rational and harmonious living. Stoicism teaches us the importance of maintaining our internal energy and using it wisely. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the value of nurturing and reciprocal relationships rather than those that exhaust our emotional or physical reserves. When you find yourself feeling drained after interactions with someone, it is not just a minor inconvenience. It's a profound drain on the very resources you need to live a good, productive life, according to Stoic principles. Feeling constantly drained can manifest in various ways, such as emotional fatigue, a sense of dread about upcoming interactions, or even physical tiredness. These symptoms suggest that the relationship is costing more than it provides, which Stoics would argue is unsustainable and unwise. In a modern context, consider Sarah's story. She worked in a demanding job and had a friend who constantly complained about her own life, never showing interest in Sarah's struggles or successes. Every conversation left Sarah feeling more exhausted than before. This one-sided dynamic was not only draining, but also impeded Sarah's ability to focus on her own well-being and personal growth. After months of feeling depleted, Sarah realized that this relationship was a significant energy drain, preventing her from thriving in other areas of her life. According to Stoicism, every relationship should contribute to your well-being and help you progress towards becoming a better, more virtuous person. Taking action in such situations involves a thoughtful evaluation of why the relationship drains you. Is it due to a lack of mutual support, one-sided interactions, or perhaps the other person's constant negativity or demands? The first step in solving this problem is to figure out why the relationship drains you. This might mean having an honest conversation about your feelings, setting clearer boundaries, or if the relationship can't be fixed, thinking about distancing yourself to protect your peace and well-being. Managing these draining interactions isn't just about removing negativity from your life. It's about making room for more enriching, supportive, and meaningful relationships that align with Stoic ideals of mutual respect and personal growth. Each relationship should enhance your life, not detract from it, allowing you to thrive and contribute positively to the lives of others around you. Have you ever experienced a relationship that drained you of your energy? What steps did you take to address it, and how did those actions impact your overall well-being? By addressing and managing draining relationships, you make space for those that uplift and energize you. The lessons from Stoicism remind us to prioritize our well-being and surround ourselves with individuals who support our journey towards becoming the best versions of ourselves. Remember, you have the power to choose who you allow into your life and how much energy you invest in each relationship. Choose wisely and cultivate connections that enrich your life, fostering mutual growth and respect. Number 9. The absence of mutual accountability. In any relationship, mutual accountability isn't just beneficial, it's essential. Stoicism teaches us that taking responsibility for our actions is a fundamental virtue. This principle of mutual accountability fosters trust and respect, both of which are crucial for any strong, enduring relationship. When accountability is missing, it can lead to a breakdown in these critical pillars, causing repeated misunderstandings and eroding the trust that forms the foundation of all healthy interactions. In Stoic practice, each person is encouraged to reflect on their actions and take responsibility for them. This includes acknowledging when one's actions have negatively impacted another and making amends where possible. The absence of this accountability in a relationship can lead to a one-sided dynamic where one or both parties feel they are not being heard or respected. This imbalance is profoundly destabilizing because, in a Stoic sense, relationships should be a source of mutual support and growth, helping each individual to better align with their virtues. Addressing a lack of mutual accountability involves open, honest communication. It requires both parties to discuss their expectations clearly and agree on what accountability looks like for them. This might involve setting specific standards for behavior, discussing the consequences of actions, and regular check-ins to ensure both parties feel supported and respected. However, if attempts to establish mutual accountability fail to yield positive changes, it might be necessary to evaluate the viability of the relationship. Stoicism does not advocate enduring harmful situations indefinitely. Rather, it suggests that we should seek out and maintain relationships that are conducive to our moral and personal growth. Fostering an environment where mutual accountability is prioritized is not just about maintaining harmony. It's about actively cultivating a relationship that respects the Stoic ideals of justice, wisdom, and courage. A relationship that consistently fails to demonstrate these qualities may not be in alignment with the Stoic path to a fulfilled and virtuous life. Remember, the wisdom of the Stoics isn't just ancient text. It's a living, breathing guide for navigating the complexities of modern life. By embracing mutual accountability, we not only strengthen our relationships, but also honor the Stoic commitment to personal integrity and collective well-being. Reflect on how you can implement these principles in your life and share your thoughts with others, fostering a community built on trust, respect, and shared growth. If you've made it this far, you're embracing the strength of Stoicism. Drop a comment saying, I value my peace to show you're committed to this transformative journey. Stick around, the best is yet to come. Number 10. Disregard for personal needs. In Stoicism, the respect for personal needs and boundaries is seen as essential for maintaining both self-respect and harmony within relationships. Ignoring or trivializing these aspects can lead to significant imbalances, fostering an environment where disrespect and dissatisfaction thrive. As Epictetus famously said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This highlights the Stoic belief in the importance of self-governance and respect for personal boundaries. Stoic philosophy advocates for clear communication and mutual respect as the pillars upon which healthy relationships should stand. When someone consistently overlooks or diminishes your needs, it sends a clear message that your well-being is not a priority within the relationship. This disregard can manifest as repeatedly overstepping boundaries, making unilateral decisions that affect both parties, or failing to acknowledge and validate feelings and preferences. Such behaviors not only undermine the trust and equality in a relationship, but also erode the individual sense of worth and autonomy, key aspects that Stoics strive to protect. Addressing these issues involves first recognizing and affirming your own needs and boundaries. From a Stoic perspective, this is not about selfishness, but about self-care, ensuring that you are not compromising your moral and emotional well-being for the sake of keeping peace. Seneca wisely noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," emphasizing the importance of confronting these issues directly rather than enduring them silently. The next step is to communicate these needs clearly and assertively to your partner or friend. This dialogue should not be confrontational, but rather approached with the intent to educate the other person about your needs and why they are important for maintaining a healthy relationship. By doing so, you are not only advocating for yourself but also providing an opportunity for the other person to understand and respect your perspective. However, if after these discussions the disregard for your personal needs continues, it may be necessary to reconsider the dynamics of the relationship. Stoicism teaches the importance of surrounding oneself with people who contribute positively to one's life. If a relationship consistently fails to meet this criterion, creating more turmoil than tranquility, it might be wise to distance oneself. This is not an act of aggression or abandonment, but a measured decision to prioritize personal well-being and moral integrity, key tenets of a Stoic life. While Stoicism values social relations and supports enduring adversity with courage and resilience, it also emphasizes the importance of living true to one's principles. A relationship that fundamentally disregards an individual's needs is likely incompatible with the Stoic pursuit of a harmonious and virtuous life. In modern life, this advice is especially relevant. We often find ourselves in relationships where our needs are overlooked, whether in personal or professional settings. It's important to remember that asserting your boundaries and needs is not selfish. It's a necessary step towards maintaining your mental and emotional health. Surround yourself with individuals who respect and support your well-being, and do not hesitate to distance yourself from those who consistently disregard your personal needs. This will lead to a more fulfilling and balanced life, aligned with the Stoic values of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In conclusion, the disregard for personal needs is a significant sign that it might be time to cut all contact with someone. By recognizing and affirming your needs, communicating them clearly, and making decisions that prioritize your well-being, you are embodying the Stoic principles that lead to a harmonious and virtuous life. Remember, it is better to stand alone in alignment with your values than to compromise your well-being in a relationship that does not respect your needs. Number 11. Destructive communication. In the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and the broader philosophy of Stoicism, the power of our words is undeniable. How we communicate within any relationship should be not only honest, but also constructive and uplifting, reflecting our virtues, and aiding in the support and growth of those around us. However, when communication is persistently negative, marked by criticism, sarcasm, and belittling, it can deeply damage the respect and understanding that are the cornerstones of a healthy relationship. Destructive communication does more than cause immediate pain. It can fundamentally change how individuals perceive each other, slowly eroding trust and affection. This is why Stoics place a strong emphasis on mindful speech. Stoicism teaches us to control our reactions and choose our words with care, ensuring they align with our principles of justice, kindness, and wisdom. By doing so, we aim to fill our conversations with positivity and support. When disputes arise, a Stoic approach involves resolving conflicts with the intent to rebuild understanding, not to win arguments or demean the other person. A modern example of this can be seen in many professional environments today. Consider a workplace where a manager frequently uses harsh, critical language with their team. Over time, the team's morale declines, productivity drops, and a culture of fear and resentment takes hold. On the other hand, a manager who communicates with encouragement and constructive feedback can foster a more positive and productive atmosphere. This scenario mirrors the Stoic understanding that our words shape our relationships and environments. Transforming destructive communication requires deliberate effort. It might involve setting specific goals for how to speak and respond in conversations, practicing active listening, or even seeking external help like counseling to improve communication skills. The Stoic practice of self-reflection is crucial here. Regularly assessing our own communication habits and considering whether they align with our ethical and philosophical goals can guide us in making meaningful changes. But what if these efforts do not lead to improvement? Stoicism also teaches the importance of protecting one's well-being. If negative communication remains unyielding and damaging, it might be necessary to distance oneself to preserve personal tranquility and integrity. This decision, guided by Stoic wisdom, is not taken lightly, but is seen as a necessary step towards maintaining a virtuous life unclouded by continual discord. How do you handle negative communication in your life? Have you found ways to transform these interactions into something more positive? These questions are worth reflecting on as we navigate our relationships. The lesson here is clear. Our words have the power to build or destroy, and it is our responsibility to choose them wisely. By aligning our communication with Stoic virtues, we not only improve our relationships but also cultivate a more serene and virtuous life. Number 12. Abuse of any kind. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in virtue and wisdom, unequivocally condemns any form of abuse, be it physical, emotional, or verbal. These harmful actions are completely opposed to the Stoic principle of treating all human beings with inherent worth and consideration. Abuse of any kind undermines the essence of living a virtuous and meaningful life, which is at the core of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of maintaining one's inner citadel, an unassailable fortress within yourself that remains untouched by external misfortunes and injustices, including abuse. This inner citadel is not just a mental concept. It represents our strength to hold firm to our principles and to protect our mental peace. When dealing with abuse, recognizing and addressing it is crucial not only for your safety, but also for maintaining your mental health and dignity. Stoicism teaches us that enduring abuse is never a requirement. Instead, Stoics advocate for the preservation of one's self-respect and personal well-being above all. It's about making a rational decision to remove yourself from harmful situations that violate your principles. This act of distancing yourself from the source of abuse isn't about retaliation or harboring negative emotions. It's about taking a rational and deliberate step to protect your well-being, ensuring that your environment and relationships positively contribute to your moral and philosophical goals. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote is particularly relevant when facing abuse. It reminds us that while we may not control the actions of others, we do have control over our responses and decisions. By choosing to distance ourselves from abusive situations, we exercise this control, reinforcing our inner citadel and safeguarding our mental peace. Think about your own life. Have you ever felt diminished or disrespected in your interactions with someone? How did that affect your inner peace and self-worth? Reflecting on these questions can help you understand the importance of removing yourself from abusive environments. It's not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of self-care and respect for your own dignity. Furthermore, the Stoic practice of self-care involves being proactive about your well-being. It's about ensuring that your surroundings and relationships are supportive and nurturing, contributing positively to your journey towards living a virtuous life. By taking steps to protect ourselves, we eliminate this imaginary suffering and focus on real solutions. If you find yourself in a situation where you're facing any form of abuse, it's crucial to take immediate steps to protect yourself. This might involve seeking help from trusted friends, family, or professional resources. Remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It is a rational decision to preserve your mental health and dignity, aligning with Stoic principles. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to value and protect our inner peace and dignity above all. Abuse of any kind directly contradicts these values. By recognizing and addressing abuse, we uphold our commitment to living a virtuous life. So, ask yourself, are your relationships and environment supporting your journey towards virtue and wisdom? If not, it might be time to make some changes. Thank you for being part of today's video on the 12 signs that you should cut all contact with someone, inspired by Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism. Before we proceed, I want to express my gratitude for your participation in our community. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, or simply comment, "I am a newbie" if you're new, or "I am a Stoic" if you've been around. Your interaction is a great source of motivation for us. Let's continue this journey together, shall we? How to build healthy relationships. Building healthy relationships is fundamental to our overall well-being and happiness. Whether in personal or professional settings, the quality of our interactions with others profoundly affects our mental and emotional health. This guide explores 6 key principles to help you foster meaningful and lasting connections: embracing empathy, practicing patience, communicating honestly, balancing independence and togetherness, showing appreciation and practicing forgiveness. By integrating these principles into your daily interactions, you can create a supportive and nurturing environment where relationships can thrive and flourish. 1. Embrace empathy. Empathy is the starting point for creating a community and taking action. It's the impetus for creating change. Max Carver. Building healthy relationships begins with empathy, a fundamental component that allows us to connect deeply with others by truly understanding their feelings and perspectives. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of seeing the world through others' eyes, reminding us that everyone we meet is fighting a battle we know nothing about. This timeless wisdom remains relevant in our modern lives, as empathy opens the door to compassion, patience, and genuine connection. To practice empathy effectively, we must actively listen to others, paying full attention to their words, emotions, and body language. This means setting aside distractions, such as our phones or intrusive thoughts, to be fully present in the moment. B11. When we validate others' emotions and experiences, we create a safe space where they feel valued and understood. For example, in a professional setting, empathizing with a colleague who is overwhelmed can lead to better teamwork and collaboration. At home, showing empathy towards a partner's concerns can strengthen the relationship and build trust. Furthermore, empathy involves responding to others' needs with kindness and support. This nurturing approach fosters an environment where individuals feel comfortable expressing themselves and seeking help when needed. Imagine a friend going through a tough time. Your empathetic response could be a listening ear or offering practical help, which not only strengthens your bond but also provides them with much-needed support. This principle applies across all types of relationships, whether personal or professional. Empathy also requires us to be aware of our biases and judgments. By consciously choosing to see beyond our own viewpoints, we can better appreciate the experiences of others. This broadened perspective helps in resolving conflicts and finding common ground, making it an essential skill in both personal and professional settings. For instance, in a diverse workplace, understanding different cultural backgrounds through empathy can lead to a more inclusive and harmonious environment. Moreover, empathy bridges the gap between individuals, promoting a harmonious coexistence. In today's fast-paced world, where superficial interactions are common, taking the time to connect on a deeper level can make a significant difference. Reflecting on the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, we are reminded that empathy is not just about understanding others, but also about fostering a sense of community and belonging. In conclusion, embracing empathy is crucial for building healthy relationships. It starts with being present, actively listening, and validating others' feelings. By responding with kindness and support, we nurture a positive environment where trust and respect can flourish. As we integrate empathy into our daily interactions, we enhance our ability to connect with others, leading to more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius and strive to see the world through others' eyes, for in doing so, we create a more compassionate and understanding society. 2. Practice patience. Practicing patience is a key virtue for building and maintaining healthy relationships. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to lose patience and become frustrated with others. Marcus Aurelius taught that patience is the antidote to anger and frustration, enabling us to respond to challenges with calm and composure. By practicing patience, we give others the time they need to express themselves and grow, fostering an environment of understanding and acceptance. Mistakes are then viewed as opportunities for growth rather than failures. Patience also allows us to navigate conflicts more effectively, giving us the space to consider different perspectives and find mutually beneficial solutions. When we are patient, we communicate more thoughtfully and avoid hasty judgments or reactions that can harm relationships. Patience nurtures a supportive and forgiving atmosphere, essential for any healthy relationship. Think about the last time you were in a heated argument with a friend or family member. Did impatience escalate the situation? Imagine how different the outcome might have been if you had taken a moment to breathe, listen, and respond calmly. For instance, let's say you and your partner had a disagreement about household chores. Instead of snapping in frustration, practicing patience could mean acknowledging their point of view and discussing a fair division of tasks. This approach not only resolves the conflict, but also strengthens the bond between you. A modern story illustrating this is the experience of a team leader, Lisa, who managed a project with tight deadlines. Her team made several mistakes, causing delays and frustration. Instead of reacting with impatience, Lisa chose to practice patience. She listened to her team's concerns and provided guidance and support. This patience paid off as her team felt valued and motivated, ultimately leading to the successful completion of the project. Lisa's patience created a positive work environment where her team could learn and grow from their mistakes, fostering a culture of mutual respect and collaboration. How often do we allow impatience to cloud our judgment and strain our relationships? By embracing patience, we open ourselves up to deeper connections and a more harmonious life. The next time you feel impatience creeping in, remember Marcus Aurelius's wisdom and take a step back. Give yourself and others the grace of patience. This practice not only improves your interactions, but also contributes to your overall well-being. In conclusion, patience is more than just a passive state of waiting. It's an active practice of understanding, acceptance, and thoughtful communication. It transforms conflicts into opportunities for growth and nurtures a forgiving atmosphere essential for healthy relationships. By practicing patience, you build stronger, more resilient connections with others and create a more compassionate and harmonious life. So next time you're tempted to rush or react, take a deep breath and remember the power of patience. How will you practice patience in your relationships today? 3. Communicate honestly. To build healthy relationships, the third key principle is to communicate honestly. This principle is not just about sharing your thoughts and feelings openly, but also about creating an environment where others feel safe to do the same. Honest communication means expressing your needs and desires clearly and being truthful in all interactions. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of truth and integrity. He believed that honesty is the bedrock of any relationship, as it fosters trust and respect. When you communicate with honesty, you show others that you value them enough to be truthful, even when it's difficult. This builds a foundation of trust that is essential for any strong relationship. Think about it. How can a relationship thrive if it's built on lies or half-truths? It can't. Deception erodes trust and creates a barrier between people. On the other hand, when you admit your mistakes and are transparent about your intentions, you show that you are trustworthy and reliable. This openness invites others to do the same, creating a reciprocal environment of trust and respect. Honest communication is also about active listening. It's not enough to just talk. You must also listen to what the other person is saying. Active listening involves giving your full attention, understanding their perspective, and responding thoughtfully. This practice shows respect and appreciation for the other person's views and feelings, which strengthens the bond between you. As Stephen R. Covey said, "Seek first to understand, then to be understood." Encouraging open dialogue helps address issues before they become major problems. When both parties feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and concerns, misunderstandings can be cleared up quickly, and solutions can be found collaboratively. This proactive approach to communication can prevent small issues from escalating into larger conflicts. Moreover, honesty helps in setting clear boundaries and expectations. When you communicate your limits and needs clearly, you reduce the likelihood of misunderstandings. This clarity ensures that both parties know where they stand, which can prevent many conflicts from arising in the first place. As Brené Brown puts it, "Clear is kind, unclear is unkind." But honest communication isn't always easy. It requires courage to be vulnerable and to speak your truth, especially when it might lead to uncomfortable conversations. Yet this vulnerability is precisely what strengthens relationships. When you open up about your fears, hopes, and mistakes, you allow others to see the real you. This authenticity can deepen the connection you share with others, as it fosters a sense of understanding and empathy. Consider this. How often do you hold back from saying what you truly feel out of fear of judgment or conflict? How might your relationships change if you committed to being more open and honest? By practicing honest communication, you not only improve your relationships, but also set a positive example for others to follow. In summary, honest communication is a cornerstone of healthy relationships. It involves being truthful, admitting mistakes, actively listening, and setting clear boundaries. This approach fosters trust, respect, and understanding, which are essential for strong and lasting connections. By embracing honesty in your interactions, you create a solid foundation upon which to build meaningful and resilient relationships. So, how will you practice honest communication in your relationships today? If you've watched up to this point, you're already on the path to building healthy and fulfilling relationships. Comment below with "healthy relationships" to affirm your commitment to mastering these transformative techniques. Don't go anywhere. There's still a wealth of knowledge we want to share with you in this video. Stay until the end to uncover the secrets that will help you create strong, lasting bonds. 4. Independence and togetherness. Balancing independence and togetherness is key to fostering healthy relationships, a concept championed by Marcus Aurelius, who emphasized the importance of self-sufficiency. He reminds us that while relationships play a significant role in our lives, our happiness shouldn't solely depend on others. When we maintain our individuality within a relationship, we allow ourselves the space to grow and develop, which in turn enables us to bring our best selves to the partnership. This self-growth is crucial. It's what makes each individual unique and valuable within the relationship. For instance, consider how the roots of a tree spread out independently, yet come together to support the trunk and branches, illustrating the strength found in both independence and unity. Simultaneously, cherishing moments of togetherness is essential for fostering a deep connection and unity between partners. These shared experiences and mutual support create a sense of belonging and closeness, forming the foundation of a strong relationship. This balance of independence and togetherness ensures that while we enjoy each other's company, we also respect and support each other's personal growth and autonomy. Such dynamics create a nurturing environment where both individuals can thrive, thus enhancing the overall strength and resilience of the relationship. It's akin to two dancers who, while moving in harmony, also perform solos that highlight their unique talents, enriching the overall performance. This metaphor reflects how a healthy relationship can be both a union and a celebration of individual strengths. In modern life, this balance is particularly relevant as we navigate the complexities of personal and professional responsibilities. By embracing our independence, we can pursue our passions and interests, which not only enrich our own lives but also bring new energy and perspectives to our relationships. At the same time, prioritizing togetherness means making time for meaningful interactions, such as shared hobbies, regular date nights, or simply being present for each other during challenging times. This dual approach of nurturing our own growth while investing in our relationships ensures that both partners feel valued and supported. In conclusion, mastering the balance between independence and togetherness is essential for cultivating healthy, resilient relationships. By valuing our individuality and cherishing our time together, we create a dynamic where both partners can flourish. This not only strengthens the relationship but also enriches our lives, making us better equipped to face the challenges and joys that life brings. 5. Show appreciation. A key component of building healthy relationships is showing appreciation. Recognizing and expressing gratitude for the efforts and qualities of others can significantly strengthen bonds and foster a positive environment. Appreciation is not just about saying thank you, but also about genuinely acknowledging and valuing the contributions and presence of those around us. Marcus Aurelius, in his reflections, often emphasized the importance of gratitude and acknowledgement. He believed that by appreciating the goodness in others, we enhance our own sense of well-being and strengthen our connections. This philosophy is highly relevant in today's world, where showing appreciation can transform relationships and build a supportive community. In practice, showing appreciation means paying attention to the small acts of kindness and support from those around you. Whether it's a colleague who helps with a challenging task, or a friend who lends a listening ear. Acknowledging these gestures reinforces the positive behavior and encourages a culture of mutual respect and gratitude. For example, in a workplace setting, a simple acknowledgement of a team member's effort can boost morale and productivity. Similarly, expressing appreciation to a partner for their daily support can deepen your bond and foster a loving relationship. Moreover, appreciation can be shown through actions as well as words. Acts of kindness, such as helping someone with their workload or surprising them with a thoughtful gesture, can speak volumes about your appreciation. These actions create a ripple effect, encouraging others to also show appreciation, thereby creating a more positive and supportive environment. Consider a scenario where a manager regularly acknowledges the hard work and dedication of their team. This not only motivates the team, but also builds a strong sense of loyalty and trust, In personal relationships, taking the time to appreciate your loved one's efforts can strengthen the emotional connection and foster a more harmonious and loving atmosphere. Think about your own relationships. How often do you take the time to genuinely appreciate those around you? How does expressing gratitude change the dynamics of your interactions? By making a conscious effort to show appreciation, you not only uplift others but also enrich your own life with positive emotions and deeper connections. In conclusion, showing appreciation is a powerful tool for building healthy relationships. It involves recognizing and valuing the efforts and qualities of those around us, both through words and actions. This practice fosters a culture of gratitude, respect, and mutual support, essential for strong and lasting connections. 6. Practice forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness is essential for building and maintaining healthy relationships. At its core, forgiveness is about letting go of grudges and resentments, enabling both parties to move forward with positivity. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers highlighted forgiveness as a cornerstone for inner peace and harmony within relationships. It's crucial to understand that forgiveness does not equate to condoning harmful behavior or erasing the past. Rather, it signifies releasing the grip that past hurts have on you. Forgiveness involves recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that clinging to anger and resentment ultimately harms you more than anyone else. By embracing forgiveness, you open the door for healing and growth. Think of a modern scenario where a close friend has hurt you with their words. Holding on to this hurt can create an invisible barrier in the relationship, leading to ongoing tension and conflict. Instead of allowing this negative energy to fester, consider the act of forgiveness. B6 point. By forgiving, you're not excusing the hurtful words, but acknowledging that both you and your friend are human and capable of growth. This perspective helps dissolve the barriers and rebuilds trust and connection. Let's delve into a real-life example. Two colleagues, Jane and Sarah, who had been close friends for years. One day, Sarah made a hurtful comment about Jane's work performance in a meeting, which deeply wounded Jane. Initially, Jane felt betrayed and couldn't shake off the resentment. Over time, this resentment began to affect their working relationship and their personal friendship. Jane decided to confront Sarah and express how she felt. Sarah, upon realizing the impact of her words, sincerely apologized. Jane chose to forgive Sarah, understanding that everyone can have a bad day and say things they don't mean. This act of forgiveness allowed them to move past the incident, strengthening their bond and creating a more supportive working environment. Forgiveness also has profound implications for your mental and emotional well-being. Holding on to grudges can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues. On the other hand, letting go of past hurts and choosing to forgive can bring a sense of relief and peace. It's a liberating experience that frees you from the heavy burden of negative emotions. This doesn't mean the pain disappears immediately, but it does mean you're no longer allowing that pain to control your present and future interactions. Now, reflect on your own relationships. Are there past hurts that you're holding on to? How might practicing forgiveness change the dynamics of these relationships? By forgiving, you're not just benefiting the other person. You're gifting yourself with the freedom to move forward unencumbered by past grievances. It's an empowering act that cultivates a more compassionate and understanding approach to relationships. In conclusion, practicing forgiveness is not just about mending relationships. It's about fostering a healthier, more balanced emotional state for yourself. It's about acknowledging that everyone is fallible and capable of growth. As you navigate your relationships, remember that forgiveness is a powerful tool that can transform hurt into healing and conflict into connection. As we wrap up, let's recap the key points from today's video on the 12 signs that you should cut all contact with someone, based on Marcus Aurelius's Stoicism. We've explored how to recognize manipulation, misaligned values, persistent, selfish behavior, lack of respect, absence of growth or mutual support, and more. These insights are crucial for maintaining your mental peace and aligning your relationships with the principles of Stoic wisdom. I encourage you to reflect on these signs and consider how they might apply to your own relationships. Remember, cutting contact with someone isn't just about avoiding negativity. It's about prioritizing your well-being and living a life aligned with virtue and wisdom. How do you currently handle toxic relationships? Have you ever had to make the tough decision to distance yourself from someone for your own good? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more content on living a virtuous and fulfilling life through Stoicism. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and stay true to yourself.